You feel the vibe is contagious. Look in your eyes, shit is dangerous.
Hi guys, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start off by priming the eyelids with the P. Louise base. I'm using the shade Rumor 1. And I'm just going to spread that evenly, blend it out with a Morphe M173, and make sure that we have a nice blank canvas. By the way, if you like to play with color a lot, this base is a must-have. Alright, so the star of the show today is the Jeffree Star X Morphe palette, and I'm going to be using the shade Calabasas, and just shaping that to my eye, making sure that it's nice and defined. That way I know exactly where to put my next eyeshadow. Now I'm going in with a Morphe M433 and the shade Self-Made from the palette, which is a brighter pink, just to diffuse those edges and make sure that we have a nice gradient. Alright guys, now we're going to go ahead and really intensify that crease with the same shade Calabasas and really define the outer V. Now I'm going in and putting the same shade, putting it all over my lid. This is going to act as a base for this next shade. This is the shade Don't Know Her from the palette, and it's this really pretty shimmery pink. This is going to just add dimension and a little bit of shimmer. Now I'm using the shade Zero from the P. Louise base, which is a pure white. And I went ahead and added the shade Welcome from the palette, which is a pretty white silver, but I decided to go with a pop of color, and I used this really pretty lime green from the new ColourPop Pastels eyeshadow palette. I think the palette is called Aura and Out. But yeah, I really love the green in the inner corner. And now I'm going to go ahead and throw on some Lily lashes. These are in the style Miami. I really love how the eyeshadow came out, you guys. I don't know if you agree, but the eyeshadows were super pigmented, blended super easily. I didn't find myself working super hard to make sure that everything was nice and blended. Now moving on to skincare, I am using the Glossier lip and eye cream, and also the Glossier priming moisturizer to prep my face for foundation. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and color correct a bit under my eyes and any areas that I do get a little bit of darkness. I'm using the MAC Prep and Prime highlighter stick in Bright Forecast. Also, quick tip, you guys, with the eye cream, I always recommend to put the eye cream on first and then your moisturizer. That way you really make sure that your skin under your eyes absorbs it all. Alright, so for foundation, I'm using my favorite foundation, the NARS Natural Radiant. I'm in the shade DeVille, and I'm just going to spread that out evenly, and I'm using the Sonia Kashuk sponge. I love this sponge. And also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did pick up a little bit of product before going in with the sponge. I always do this. You'll notice later when I blend out my concealer, but if you pick up a little bit of product before, you're making sure that the sponge is depositing the whole time instead of the first time you press it onto your skin, it's going to pick up if it doesn't already have product. So for cream contour, I'm using the Born This Way concealer. I'm in the shade Honey, and I'm using this Morphe E8 brush just to blend that out. Notice here that I'm doing upward strokes. This is going to really help lift that cheekbone. I always go back in with my sponge and make sure that everything is nice and blended. Now I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose. Same contour shade, just a different brush. I love this brush, you guys. It is the perfect nose contouring brush. Like, it's a little dense, so it's going to blend everything out by itself basically, and it's not going to leave any harsh edges. and it's just going to give you the most straight contour. I'm going to add a little bit under my lip as well. And now I'm going to go ahead and highlight. I'm pretty sure this is going to look familiar to you guys if you are on TikTok, but I did see this on TikTok and it's a new highlighting technique, and ever since I tried it, I just can't stop doing it. Like, you'll notice that it really lifts the face. And again, picking up some product and then going ahead and blending it all out. You want to make sure that you're patting it in and not moving the product, because then that defeats the whole purpose of where you place everything. So yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell, but that side of my face is so lifted. My face, I'm going to be using the Airspun powder. I absolutely love this powder, and it's so inexpensive. I buy it at Target. I think it's like $6, but it is amazing, and if you're worried about flashback, it does not give you any. Alright guys, let's go ahead and bronze up. I'm looking a little pale over here. I'm using the Fenty Sunstalker bronzer in the shade In the Sun. I love this bronzer. It blends so seamlessly and it doesn't come off too heavy. It's the perfect bronzer. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the eyes. I'm using the shade Calabasas in Self-Made, and just making sure it's nice and blended under my eyes. And for eyeliner today, I'm using the LA Girl black eyeliner. This stuff is so good. It stays on your eyes all day. Make sure you guys tightline under those lashes. That way they are not noticeable. Alright, so for blush, I'm using my favorite palette, which is the Scott Barnes. I'm mixing these two shades and using a Morphe M509. Look at the difference that makes, you guys. I mean, blush just kind of brings everything to life. So beautiful. If you haven't tried this palette, I highly recommend, especially if you're a makeup artist. It's all you'll ever need, I promise. Alright, and for highlight, I'm also using the same palette. I always set my face before highlight, that way I have a nice and like a sticky base for the highlight. This highlight is so intense, but yet so natural looking. It is so beautiful, you guys. And I'm gonna go ahead and highlight my nose as well. This is my favorite part of highlight. Down the bridge of the nose and also on the tip. Just makes your skin look so dewy. Alright, and for lip liner, I am using the shade Soar from MAC Cosmetics. And for lipstick, I'm using the shade Sand from Anastasia Beverly Hills. For lip gloss today, I am using the shade Boho from Morphe Cosmetics. It's this really beautiful nude pink. But yeah, that pretty much completes the look, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and learned something new today. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!